open up. You OPN, bitch, you won't BBM.
Hi guys, it's Nurse Amy here.
And Nurse Carm, and welcome to the Medical Mission, where you'll find everything and anything nursing related. So, for today's video, we're going to change it up a little bit, and we want to talk about things that affect nursing students. So, today's video is really going to be on tips and tricks about how to prepare yourself for clinical, how to survive the studying related to nursing. So
we're going to try to give you some little tips of how to survive nursing school. So tag a nursing student, get them over to your place, watch this video together. This is a must video before you start nursing school. So the first tip is to get yourself an agenda. It could be a basic agenda or a journal. Make sure you write down all your assignments, all tests to come, all exams, so you could see what's to come and you could start studying for them.
Yes, it's super important to stay organized because that'll gear your success 100%. The next thing is to really dedicate yourself to a workspace that is personal to yourself, but also will get you to study better. Some people like to study in groups, other people like to study alone, but get yourself a workspace that isn't distracting as well, because we know that sometimes if you're in a crowded place, maybe you might, it will distract you. So
make sure it's clutter-free. There's good lighting. It doesn't have to be the most beautiful space. It could literally just be a little spot in your room, but that's going to be your dedicated workspace.
Yeah. And don't forget, take this time when you are studying to disconnect from anything that could distract you, like your phone. So many times, even when you're doing nothing, you can find yourself using your phone for no reason. Really take this time, you're studying, put all your thought into it and just completely disconnect from your phone. It really does help to put you in the mind frame, and it helps you retain information a lot better. So the other thing too is, don't forget that if you do know the diagnosis of your patient, what used to help me is I used to make tree diagrams on a Word document that would have, let's say, cardiovascular disease in the middle, and I used to make the tree diagram link to certain things, like for example, potential medications they could be on, potential mobility issues that they could have, or restrictions that they could have. And this used to get me thinking the night before, like, okay, what could I expect to see in a patient who has, for example, a cardiovascular disease? So it's just to make you think and to prepare you a little bit for the picture you're about to see the night before.
Exactly. Google, YouTube will be your best friend.
Yep.
After you finish a class, you might not... It's hard to get the whole picture if you're just in a class and you don't have a real life patient. Go on YouTube. The diagnosis you want to read about, or whatever it is involving a patient, YouTube it so you could have a visual of what you're going to see in real life.
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
So after you finish studying, don't forget to reward yourself. You're never going to be successful if you just study, all work and no play. You need some playtime. Again, does not have to be some luxurious vacation. It could just be, I'm going to study. I'm going to dedicate 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then I'm going to take a break and go on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't have to be so extravagant. Yeah. I remember when I was a student, I used to tell myself, if I study for 8 hours straight, by the end of it, I'm going out with my friends, we're going to get a drink, we're going to have fun, and, I'll disconnect for the rest of the night. And that also, I find, pushes you to study sometimes better,
Which brings us to our next point, is you have to have a good balance, like anything else in life. You can't just study. It can't just be about school. It is going to be heavy, but you have to, still connect with your friends, your family, your spouse, your children, whoever.
Yes.
That's going to be very important.
The other thing that we want to mention is when you're in clinicals, it's super important that, you get yourself organized in the sense that your teachers will likely send you your patient assignment the night before. And it's so stressful because they give you such a limited time
Yeah.
to get your act together. And already you're nervous the night before for clinical, and now you have to, like, put your patient assignment together, and you don't even know this patient.
You're going to feel like everything is working against you. But
Yeah.
if you know your stuff and you stay organized, don't worry about anything else. That's all you need to know. Your medication. So what you should know is common medications of your unit, of the floor that you're going to go on. What are these people most likely taking? Also, you should know the common diseases.
Yes.
What's the common diagnosis of your floor? Once you know that, you'll be fine.
Yes.
You're not going to be on a surgical floor and get a postpartum patient.
No.
So I promise you, know the common ones and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we want to show you some books that you guys could kind of get if you want. So this is a medication guide. It's pretty tiny, it's not a big book. It's just a medication guide.
Yeah, you'll be able to see, like, what's the side effects of the meds. Sometimes it will link the diseases that the meds go through, but most likely it won't. But sometimes the drug guides, right after you research the diagnosis of the patient, will help tie in some critical thinking, as in you'll know the diagnosis of heart disease, and then all of a sudden you'll see maybe some antihypertension medications or anti-lipids or whatever, and it'll make the picture become clearer for you. So yeah.
So even if you don't know everything that you're reading, still know it, and once you get on your floor, once you do your day, once you do your class, it will kind of all tie in, like Carm is saying.
Yeah.
These were also helpful for us.
Yes.
We didn't go to school at the same time, but we did have the same things. They're little book guides. They're so tiny, you could put them right in your pocket, right in, your bag.
Yes,
you don't have to lug around these big
books.
books. So you could get them on anything. You could even get like a little drug one for yourself. This is on lab values, and this is med surg notes. So anything involving medical surgical things. But like I said, you could get them on Amazon and on really anything you want.
Yeah, and they're super helpful because when you're stressed out and you're trying to make links, sometimes it helps to just have these little pocket guides to just say, okay, hold on, I'm trying to put the pieces together. Let me just look through something very quickly. So
and you could always get people, non-nursing people, to test you on them. They won't have to go through a big book. You could just be like, oh, here, open this little book. Ask me a question, test me on anything in this.
Yeah.
They're just really convenient.
So true.
So the last point we want to give you guys is you have to find your support group. So be friendly to people, to your classmates, the nurses that you're going to work with, your teachers. So nursing could be really brutal. Not everyone's going to be your friend. You're going to feel like people are against you for no reason. It's really, women fighting women. There are male nurses, but obviously there are more women than males. So find that little clique that you're going to gel with, that's going to support you. You're going to support them. You could do little study groups. You could call them when you have questions. They could call you. Just find your little support group within your nursing
you always
crew.
need a little family at the end of it, because it's so hard sometimes. And I find really the nursing students are the only ones who understand what you're going through, and you need to find a group of people who at the end of the day, whether it's even to talk about a patient thing that you had, or like a clash with another co-assigned nurse that you had, it's important to vent it out and know that it's not your fault if you do clash with a nurse or a patient even. Like, it's totally not your fault.
You're gonna find so many different personalities, so many different years of experience, so many different areas of experience, and these are going to be your teachers and the nurses you're going to work with. So you're going to find an array of personalities, some really nice, and some
not so much.
straight up,
Yeah.
very mean.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, and no matter what happens, do not give up.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you are in this for the right reasons. And if you are in this because it is your passion and you want to give good care and you want to be there for patients and this is your devotion, know that no matter what happens along the way, do it. Yes. There's nothing that should stand in the way between you and your dream. And we really want to make sure that you guys understand that message, because we see so many nursing students. We've seen them crying. We've seen them get embarrassed and ashamed. And sometimes,
there's really no reason for it. And also, I think we should mention that if you do feel attacked, your teacher or a nurse or a colleague is just attacking you for no reason, you need to complain to someone.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying, they caught you and you didn't know your medication or you didn't know a diagnosis. I'm really saying, like, you feel bullied, you feel attacked for no reason, you need to complain to someone.
100%,
Because you're in there to learn, and you don't need to feel anxious about going to school and going to clinical. You're allowed to learn in a peaceful environment.
Yes, and it's the best way to learn. It's the best way to learn. And, we've seen it. We know how horrible it could be. We've lived through it, you know? So sometimes you'll get people like me and Amy who have actually spoken up on behalf of other nursing students, and that'll save them. But know that if you are going through it, another student is likely going through it. So that's why it's important to speak up, because if you don't, then this will just keep happening. And it's important to break that cycle, so that way it kind of saves everybody in a way. And don't be afraid, like Amy said, to speak
it doesn't
up.
have to be military camp. Like I said, you could learn in a peaceful environment.
Exactly.
So, also you need people that are out of nursing, because you need a break from nursing. You don't want to hear about blood, poop, pee, people's diseases. So make sure, to maintain your friendships out of nursing. Nursing will take a lot out of you. But make sure, like I said, to always take those breaks for your friends that are not in nursing and your family. And
So guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it. Like we've been saying in the last videos, we've been appreciating it so much, the support we've been getting. And
I can't believe we're almost at 60 subscribers on YouTube. We're like amazed. We weren't expecting this at all. And we just want to keep making these videos, keep being raw, keeping ourselves. We appreciate everything that anyone who has ever done, even sharing or subscribed or liked or commented on the videos. We really want to acknowledge that every single time we put out a video, because it's so important to us, knowing that we're actually reaching out to someone. And we hopefully hope that we're helping everybody in the process of this. That's our goal in this. And don't be shy. Comment, if you have video ideas, things you want us to speak on. Even, we want to do the taboo topics, anything, let us know. And make sure you tag a nursing student.
Yes, we want to reach them.
We want them to see this video.
100%.
We're out, guys. Thank you. We need a thumbnail.
Yeah.